Good morning, children. So, we are going to start our new chapter, physical and chemical change. So, before going to that, let me tell you, from our first chapter, I have added your exercise questions. Okay, I have published your exercise questions in that first chapter session. Go through, all of you should write your exercise questions in your question answers in your notebook. Only long answer and short answer you have to write in notebook. Objective question, that means choose the correct answer, fill in the blanks, true or false, you have to write in textbook only, don't want to write in notebook. Okay, multiple question answers full you have to write in your notebook. Clear? All of you should write in your notebook. What you have to write? Question answer, short answer question also, long answer question also, both you have to write in your notebook. Okay? Okay. So now we are going to start our second chapter, physical and chemical change. So what do you mean by a change? What is a change? We have studied in our first chapter itself. Change means a substance, its appearance is changing from one form, not only appearance, its state or whatever. A substance is changing from one form to another, that is a change. Ice melted to water, it is a change. Milk changed to curd, that is a change. A candle melt, that is a change. A light is, a bulb is lighting, that is a change. So, in that, here we will study about physical change and chemical change. What do you mean by physical change? So, what is a physical change? Physical change means the change in which the substance is not changing. That means if I am taking ice is melting to water, what is that substance made up of? H2O. H2O is the molecules present in it. It is not changing. Instead, what is changing? The state is changing. Solid to liquid, liquid to gas. Only that is changing. The substance made on it, present on it, is not changing. Or we can say a reversible change, which we can brought back by reversing the condition, that is a physical change. Ice melted to water. If you will reverse the condition, that means when you cool that substance, that water will change back to ice. That is a physical change. The change in which only the state of matter is changing, the state of the substance is changing, like a solid to liquid, liquid to gas, but the substance remains same, substance is not changing. That is a physical change. Okay, so in that, here we will study the first type of change, that is reversible change and irreversible change. What do you mean by reversible change? The change which can be reversed is known as reversible change. Like ice is melting to water. If you will reverse the condition, that means how an ice will melt? By heating. Same water, if you are cooling, means what will happen? It will return back to the first condition. That means water will reverse to ice. That is a reversible change. So the definition is, a change is said to be reversible when the opposite change can be brought about by reversing the condition. So what is a reversible change? The change in which the opposite condition can be brought by reversing the condition. So if we reverse the condition, first we have heated, means reversing means opposite condition, cooling. If we will do the opposite reaction, then we will get the first condition itself. That is a reversible change. The change which can be brought back by reversing the condition, that is known as reversible change. Example, ice melted to water and water freezes to ice. That is reversible change. Okay. Example, ice melt on being heated and water freezes on being cooled. Thus, the change of ice into water and that of water into ice are reversible. Understand? So, when that I have explained now only, that is a reversible change. So, are the vaporization of water and the condensation of water vapor. When a water changes to water vapor, that is, and when that water vapor condenses or cools, it will change back to water. That is also a reversible change. Okay. In fact, all changes in state of matter are reversible. Okay. So, in a state of matter, almost all changes are reversible. Leave it. So, are changes like glowing an electric bulb? See, this is an electric bulb. The substance made in it is not changing. Only that lighting, after that the light will turn off. The bulb shape, size or anything is not changing. Right? The substance made in it is existing same only. So, that is also a reversible, is also a change. That is also a reversible change. When we switch it off, on, it will light. When we switch it on, it will come back to the original condition, off condition. So on and off of a electric bulb, that is also a reversible change. Okay. And electric bulb and the heating of an electric iron on a heater or the electric heater. When we put on the electric heater, summer time we will use water heater, no. When we put it on, it will become heated. When we switch it off, heating will go. That is the reversible change. Okay. Then a change, then what is irreversible change? What is irreversible change? The change which cannot be reversed back, that is known as irreversible change. A change is said to be irreversible when the opposite change cannot be brought about by reversing the condition. We cannot reverse the condition, that is known as irreversible change. Example, ice is changing to curd. Can you return that curd back to ice? Or ice is water change, milk changes to curd. Can you return that curd back to milk? No. Same way, milk changes to paneer. Can you return that paneer back to milk? No. Okay, digestion of food. When we eat the food in our stomach, it will get digested. Is that digested food, can you return back to food? No. So that type of reaction, that type of changes are known as irreversible change. Or the growth of a plant from the seed, it grown into a small plant, then it grown into a tree. Can you return that tree back to a plant? Irreversible. Or the growth of a human being or growth of animals, that all are irreversible change. We cannot return back to the first condition, that is known as irreversible change. Clear? Then, for example, milk can be changed into curd, but curd cannot be changed back into milk. Another example, on being heated, sugar get charred. See, white color sugar, take some sugar powder or sugar crystal, put it in a vessel and heat the vessel. We can see that white color sugar will changes to what color? Black color. Okay, so when you will cool that black color thing, it will not change back to white. Okay, that is an irreversible change. Okay. Thus, the curdling of milk, charring of sugar are irreversible changes. Another examples of irreversible changes are burning of coal, wood, paper, kerosene, photosynthesis, etc. Digestion of food, clotting of blood and the growth of plants and animals are the other examples. Okay. Then, desirable and undesirable change. Okay. See, for example, your growth, or if you are always, if you have not growth, some people you can see they have no height, they are always small people only, like that. Is it good for them? It is not good, not useful for them. Human beings means they should grow at their particular ages, height, weight, size, everything should be there. Right. So that is a change. The change which are useful for people, for living things and non-living things. The change which are useful to us are known as desirable change. Okay. Change which are useful to us are known as desirable change. Okay. Another example, our digestion, the food we are eating, if it is always, if it is not producing protein, vitamin, minerals, is it useful? Not useful. But when we eat food, we will get energy. That is a desirable change. That is a useful change. So the changes which are useful to us are known as desirable change. Example, growth of people, growth of plants and animals, digestion, cooking, etc. are desirable changes. But if a plant or animal or some waste material is lying on the ground and foul smell is coming from that, is it good? It is not good. So, some changes which are not useful to us, that is known as undesirable changes. The changes which are not useful to us are known as undesirable change. Okay. Example, rusting of iron, earthquake, cyclone, volcanic eruption, spoiling of food, etc. are the example for undesirable changes. Okay. Okay, desirable change, undesirable change, reversible change, irreversible change. Clear na? Next topic, physical and chemical changes. What is a physical change and what is a chemical change? Already I given you one small introduction. Okay. So, first change is physical change. A change in which no new substances are formed and which are reversible is called physical change. A change in which no new substances, for example, ice changes to water, H2O only, it is not changed to HCl. A change in which no new substances are formed and can be reversed by reversing the condition is called a physical change. Okay. The examples of physical change are change in state of matter, that means melting of ice or formation of water vapor, cooling of water. Okay, that all are the examples of physical changes. Okay, all reversible changes are examples for physical change. Example, glowing of bulb, heater, etc. Okay. Then melting of solid, that also same thing I have explained now. When heated, ice melt to give water. That kind of matter contained, the kind of matter contained in ice and water is the same. Which is the kind of matter? H2O molecule only. So, no new substances are formed when ice melt. Also, water changes back to ice when it is cooled. It is a reversible change. That is why, hence melting of ice is a physical change. Okay. Then, in fact, when any solid, not only ice, any solid, for example, candle is a solid. When a candle melt, wax is formed, right? When a wax is cooled, it will again, we will get the thick wax. We can make a candle also. Again, with that wax, we can make a candle reversible change. Okay. So, that type of reversible changes are known as physical changes. Okay. Melting of ice, freezing of liquid, sublimation. What do you mean by sublimation? As you know, in sublimation, some solids directly form vapors, right? For example, if you are burning that room freshener, no, our room freshener, Odonil and all, if you will keep it in washroom and all, one small packet, you will keep a solid white color piece. When you will keep it in washroom, when you will enter the washroom, you will feel that pleasant fragrance, right? Pleasant smell you can feel. But you cannot see that liquid, it is not melting to liquid. Why? That solid is directly changing to gas. It is not changing to liquid. Okay, that is known as sublimation. Some solids are directly changing to liquids without changing to liquid. Some substances are directly changing to gas without changing to liquid. It is known as sublimation. Okay, example, camphor, naphthalene, etc. Okay, so the sublimation of solid like ammonium chloride, camphor, naphthalene and iodine is a physical change, or our room freshener, that is also an example for physical change. Then so up to here all of you read your textbook. Up to here we can study. Okay, so physical change, all of you study, read your textbook, and one more time I am telling, your first chapter's exercise questions I have added. Write it in your notebook. When your school will reopen, I will ask you to submit the notes. Okay. So, read this textbook also, this chapter also, all of you should read your textbook. Okay. Thank you. Take care all of you.